Hi everyone, welcome to another video of Wildlife Wednesday, and today we're gonna talk about wild enrichment for our wild animals. My name is Arpan Paul and I'm an education intern over here. The whole purpose of doing the positive reinforcement and our enrichment for our animals at Turpentine Creek is to promote physical and social response, positive reinforcement in them, and also so that they can live stress-free in our environment over here. We use that so we can stimulate positive reinforcement, their mental health, and also prevent undesirable behaviors. And finally, to promote the use of their natural instinct and positive social interaction between our animals and our keepers. So every single animal have two parts in Turpentine. One part is their night house, where they get to stay, they get their food, water, some kind of enrichment like toys and perfumes, and also beside that, they have a really big open grassy habitat. The night house has covered in there and it's also attached to a den, which we provide them with lamps and heaters so they can stay nice and warm in there in cold days. And when they have access to the habitat, we also do lots of enrichment items in them to keep them mentally active and stimulated at the same time. In Turpentine Creek, we have a 5-day rotation. We have a really big enrichment program. All our animal keepers will lock the cats inside their night house, and then we will go in their habitat. And once we're in the habitat, we'll try to move all their toys around, give them different tubes, cardboard boxes, perfume, and spices on top of them. When we move these toys around, it creates a temporary enrichment item for them. And also on top of that, with the boxes and the tubes, they would be able to touch them, play with them, something they can chase after, something they can roll over and play with at the same time. The spices and the perfume we give them, that will help them in their odor or the smelling behavior, so they would be able to smell something exciting, something new for them. In the wild, they would be running free for a lot of distance, but in closed enclosures, we need to make it as exciting for them as possible. Now, we create enrichment items and something new just by walking around. When our animal keepers are working in the habitat, and when we leave after setting up their toys and their enrichment items, we even leave our own scent. That's also really exciting for them. Some of our animals here also have alternate access. So one day, one of the animals would be able to come outside, and the other day, the next animal would be able to come out who's living on the other side of the night house. That also creates something really exciting for them. So when the second animal comes out on the next day, they would be able to smell the sprays, the urine smell, the smells that linger around from the previous animal on the previous day. So that will be really exciting for them as well. So these are some of the toys that you guys would be able to see when you guys come out and come here in Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. If you go on in a tour or if you just want to walk around the discovery area. Right behind the gift shop, you will see all these toys that already got destroyed by these animals. See these claw marks? These animals can destroy them so easily and so fast just by their claws and just playing with them and rolling with them. They act like these are made of nothing. Look at this one. These toys are super heavy. And if you're still thinking about going inside and petting these animals and take part in cup petting, just imagine, look at these toys and rethink your strategy again. And you will see more barrels, a lot of other toys over here, all destroyed by these animals. Some of them, I believe, were destroyed by Bosco. I think that white ball over there, that was destroyed by Snowball. This is one of their favorite enrichment. They love to play with their toys. And whatever the aggression they might have in the wild, they would take them out on the pool. So then rest of the time in here, they would be able to live much stress with much less stress over here. Please feel free to come over here, visit our animals, check out our toys, and donate for Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. Our tigers love enrichment items, especially their perfume. Their favorite one is the Obsession by Calvin Klein. We always take lots of donations from people. We get lots of enrichment items, and they also depends on multiple different seasons. Before I go into that, I would also mention that every animal, we care for them separately. We have lots of different species like lions, tigers, bears, cougars, and some of them gets different treats based on the species they are, because we care for every single one of them and we want to spoil all of them as well. So we do lots of interesting items and enrichment program for our bears as well. Most of these enrichment items are designed by the felids, but we take care of our canine species as well, especially our bears. So to mimic their foraging patterns, we give them lots of different treats or items outside their regular diet. We give them lots of produce. We will scatter them all across the habitat so they would be able to go outside, forage them, which they would be naturally doing if they're out in the wild. We have these two beautiful, nice, big open bear habitats that are down in Rescue Ridge. They're about 1.5 to 2 acres long. Some of our bears like Coda, Xena, Holly, and Lolly, they were able to go outside. They will forage persimmons, walnuts, acorns from their natural habitat. And for the other bears, we will collect them from the trees that are around us in our area, and we will give them those nuts, bears. We will give them those produce to our bears as well. They absolutely love that, and they will love to go out. For example, Bam Bam, he loves his apples, and when they're all outside, he will come out to eat his apples. And if you have seen Bam Bam use his orange, it is an incredible thing to see. He will use his claws as forks and will peel the orange peel open and will eat the pulp from within. It's an exciting thing to see him do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for tuning in with us to watch our video of wild enrichment for our wild animals. We'll see you next time on our Wildlife Wednesday.